Reclaiming faith in an affirming community is an act of self-love. This is Church Girls Explain, and the show starts right now. Woo! What up, though? I am Jay the Gentleman. That's at J-A-I the Gentleman. We're live, and we have brought the back room to Nason at ETL headquarters. Thank you, Nason. Woo! I'm going to need a little more energy to that. Thank you. We're right here on Dear Black Gay Men Podcast. To help us kick off this, we've joined by a friend of the show who is a bold content. You're a bold content creator. That's what they say. An outspoken nudist, and someone who always keeps it real. Please welcome MrSinsored to Dear Black Gay Men Podcast. Hey, MrSinsored.
Hey, everybody.
So we are talking. The show is called Church Girls, which of course you had to show some skin.
I mean, it's my brand. You know, I got to show a little bit. And I just got a new tat, so, you know, I paid too much for it.
Where? Which one's new?
I got my titties done. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like
there was something there before, wasn't
it?
It
was always the angel there, but I just got the titties done.
What is, like, you got the clouds in it?
Yeah, the clouds, the storm.
Are you saying this because you just wanted me to look at your nipples?
On the chest. Say it again?
You just wanted me to look at your nipples?
No. I'm not even a nipple guy. I'd rather you look at my penis. You know this.
I don't know if I like this whole that. Okay, so you got new ink. What else is new for you? What else is happening in your life? Are you dating anybody?
I'm constantly dating Reveal. You know how this goes.
Okay.
I'm constantly dating my business. That's it.
That's it?
That's
it. Any new collaborations?
No, I just dropped a new video, though. You know, you can go and look at that. Subscribe.
Loyal fans?
Yeah.
Only fans? Loyal fans?
Both, technically, but loyal fans is the ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready for this?
I guess. I mean, here we go.
I don't know if I like any of that.
Take me back.
Why?
We'll get there.
Okay, let's get into this. My bad. Okay, my first and favorite question is always, what have you had it with in black gay culture? MrSinsored, what have you had it with?
The how was the parties?
What?
The how was the partiers? The people who say they're going to come and all of the things and everything, or you're invited to a special event and all of the things, and then don't show up, and then when you see them, oh, how was the party?
Okay, have y'all been to Reveal? Anybody remember Reveal? Yes.
I mean, it's a few. I see a few.
I don't know
like
why. It's the rain. It's the rain. But okay, so so people have gone to your party, but Reveal is not necessarily a regular party though.
Well, I wasn't even necessarily speaking of Reveal, but just, yeah.
I mean, shameless plug though.
Yeah, you know how I do.
But like, a lot of people can be nervous going into a nude club, don't they?
Listen, I understand that. I'm nervous every single time that I walk in the doors.
But you are a nudist, though.
It does not matter. We've been here. We've talked. You know how I am. I promise you, every single time I walk through the doors, my nerves are in the toilet.
Why?
Because at the end of the day, I'm human. I still have to face all of those insecurities about myself to walk in there and full-fledged be MrSinsored, a couple of shots, probably a couple of blunts, you know. I gotta like level up to get there.
But if you have to do that, then the girls be nervous.
I get that. I promise you I do. But I'm gonna hold your hand.
Or other things.
Never mind. I'm
thought that would have been
funny.
funny. I thought that would have gotten a chuckle, but
interact, you know.
Yeah, they can't interact. Today is a rainy day. It's a gloomy day. It is a gloomy day. Anybody out there, what have you had it with in black gay culture? Trey? You should have sat there. What have you had it with in black gay culture? Can I go out there?
Yeah. I think
Can I go out there?
Follow him.
Okay, what have you had it with in black gay culture? Talking to the mic.
The judgmental
What do you mean by that?
ones who
All the way in time.
the ones that do everything that they judge you for.
Ooh.
Are you talking about like slut shaming or bottom shaming? What are you talking about judgment?
All of those hypocritical.
Can you please use an example?
So, people that judge open relationships,
People that judge open
but actively
relationships.
cheat in their relationship.
I know a few
Like
of
pot
those.
calling the kettle black. Got it.
I know a
Okay,
few.
I mean, I've had it with that too. What in the scarf? What's your name? Hey Malik, what have you had it with in Black gay culture?
I've had it with people not showing up and having community. I think there's like this. People have seen like the thing trending, like, oh, I can't make friends. People are have to. You have to like put yourself out there consistently, and if you're like reserved, then people are gonna feel that energy, and so they're not gonna approach you. But if you're like, you walk in smiling, or if you like put some effort into your look, then you will like get attention, or people will want to be around you.
Or you can walk in naked, like some people, or you can walk in smiling with the scarf. You're giving very Hermes.
Well, see, I don't know how
Very
to feel about
expensive.
that comment. I agree with him, but I don't know how to feel about it because outside of this mask, technically that's me. Like I'm
Walk
gonna,
in with a smile.
No, I'm gonna walk in and go to a corner and just be reserved.
Are you looking for friends?
Okay, next question.
I mean, that was a well, what's your name in the man fuck them people had? What's your name?
AJ.
Hey AJ, what have you had it with?
I think it's because this topic, the sanctified gays.
Like the church girls?
Yeah.
Why?
That it's like I'm too sanctified to have too much fun. Similar to what Trey was saying. Like, oh, did you go to that? It could even be the party at the park. Oh, did y'all get drunk or whatever? And it's like, you know that you wanted to come. You know you want to have fun too, but you got to pretend that you're too sanctified to participate. You're tired of them.
I promise you I had this conversation yesterday. That's crazy.
Wow.
It wasn't about a sanctified, but it was just the same thing. Like the ones who pretty much worry about what the next person is going to say or their image or, you know, I'm going to do me.
Okay. I mean, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Okay, let's keep going with the show. Our favorite addition to Dear Black Gaming Podcast is our recurring segment called Top 5. Hit it. I gotta work I don't know if I'm going the right direction. Like I'm supposed to be reading something, but I don't know where I'm at. Like where am I supposed to be? My first and favorite question. Oh, keep going.
Now,
Mr.
what-
Sensor,
they
keep
did
going.
this on BET yesterday.
What
Come
did
on.
they did this on BET? We're giving away tickets to okay. Am I supposed to read it? Okay. Read that or read this. I love this show. Okay, we're giving away tickets to Reveal. Use code Reveal20 online
For
to-
20%
and do
off.
what? For 20% off.
20% off your general admission ticket, yeah.
For 20 and the party is next Friday, June 20th.
But for today, we actually have a few free tickets for our in-studio guests.
Woo! That's exciting. Use promo code Reveal20 for 20% off general admission, and we're gonna give tickets away later in the show, right?
Yeah.
All right. This is our segment where me and my guests give our top 5. If you agree, give this episode a thumbs up. If you disagree, let me know what your top 5 is in the comments. This one might trigger you, Mr. Sensor. This is top 5 worldly songs that should be sung in church.
I said, who? Baby. Look, they need to put Sexy on the altar, baby. Babe, I love you. You my everything. Come on, what we talking about?
Jesus.
Tell them saints we go together. Hey, we go together. Tell them saints we go. Come on.
Okay.
The kids are right there singing it anyway.
The kids are
Put the
out
Lord
there
in.
saying it. Put Jesus in. I mean, but you can put Jesus in anything.
I agree.
Mine are so much more of a vanilla than yours.
Well, why can't put Jesus in Sexy Red?
I mean, you can put Jesus. You should put Jesus in Sexy Red.
Oh,
You should put Jesus in everything. Don't you? Should.
judged.
Hey.
The look.
Okay. Okay. Maybe that's what. What's your name in the scarf? That's what Malik was talking about. My face was not giving. Okay, mine is you said Sexy Red. Mine's. You can read that one. You see
What's
it?
that? Oh yes.
What's
well,
the next
first of all, anything that Jasmine sings is a church song for me. But baby,
Even this one.
sit on it.
Sit on what
The
in church?
throne. Go on, sit on the throne.
I don't know if I like that one.
Why? Jasmine sang that. You're supposed to like it.
Because if I'm sitting on it, y'all remember that TikTok where the dude was getting his dick sucked in church on the altar? Y'all remember that? Or was it a tweet?
That was dark humor for me.
You remember? But he was in the church getting his dick sucked. That's what my brain goes to when you say Jasmine Sullivan sit on it.
I listen. No, please don't.
You need to put it on the screen. I don't know if we can put that one on YouTube. Mine is Shaka Khan. Ain't nobody. Can't nobody love me better.
Okay,
make
well,
me
how you
happy.
gonna church that up?
Make me feel this way. Can't nobody love me better.
So you're
Make me
taking a vibe
happy.
that is gonna
Make me feel this way.
Okay, got you. I thought we were taking like
It is a word.
really secular songs and making them Christ-like. That's why I thought the mission was. I didn't know that I had to already.
The mission is whatever you need to be. Panthro said VMY.
Well, to be fair, Sexy said she
Any
would sing
song
that.
the rapper Cupcake sings. Y'all heard Cupcake?
Who's a cupcake?
Fuck me, help me. Better than to make me choke. Okay. Anybody else? Top 5. Curly. What's your name? Yes. Hey Raymond, what's the worldly song that you wish you would sing in church?
Movies by Ashanti.
Sing it for me.
How'd that go?
I wanna be like those girls in the movie. Have a man so in love and make me drop.
I would love to hear a Kirk. I would love to hear a Kirk Franklin rendition of that.
That's a church song. It could be a church song.
I would love to hear a Kirk Franklin rendition of that. Diamond just walked in. Hey, Diamond. Diamond, what's a worldly song you wish we would sing in church? Come on up, Diamond.
Come on.
That rain told me up.
What's a worldly song you wish we would sing in church?
I wish we could sing it.
Somebody back there had gave you one.
Back that ass up. Back that ass up should be sang in church sometime.
What did you say about it? Two hands
Two
in
hands up.
heaven.
That's a good one.
Back that ass up.
That's a good one. I could actually see that one in church. Okay, that was top 5.
It's not bad.
Okay, y'all ready for some church announcements?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, keep going. Hit it. Okay, we bring content every day here on Dear Black Gay Men. You can subscribe. Don't walk in front of my camera. It's crazy. Watch our live content like Dear Black Gay Men in the morning, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific, or Thirsty Thursday, every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you never miss a post or a live show. You can join our newsletter for free, where me and our contributors do a deep dive into our love lives and our sex lives. It's all gay all the time. You can join for free at dearblackgaymen.substack.com. And we're locked in all Pride Month with live studio audience. Woo! Celebrating how great it is to be black and gay. Visit dearblackgaymen.com/tickets to grab your audience ticket for our big finale next week on June 19th. You can also click the link in the description to get your tickets. Shout out to our newest YouTube channel member, Stephen Black. Woo! Oh, top commenter, Mark Burns. And newest Substack member is Oceanside Boy. Thank you so much for supporting what we do here at Dear Black Gay Men. It really helps us bring content every week. The best way to support what we do on Dear Black Gay Men is to become a YouTube member. Members get access to exclusive conversations, the members-only chat, behind-the-scenes content, and you can join me to chop it up right here on the show. Becoming a YouTube member is one of the easiest ways to support what we do on Dear Black Gay Men. Just hit the join button below this episode or send a super chat of any amount. For all the latest updates, follow me everywhere on socials at JAI The Gentleman on Instagram. That concludes our church announcements. Please govern thyself accordingly. When we come back, we sit down with some Dear Black Gay Men and discuss the church girls if they're actually Delulu. This is Church Girls Explained, and we will be right back. You might be a nudist. Y'all know it's nothing for me to be naked on the internet,
or just chilling at the crib. Reveal is creating space for us to do it together at the turn up. But this is the part that Black queer culture misses. Reveal is a spot for the novice nudist and the guy who's just curious. It's body positive for the thick girls like me, or bigger. Everybody's naked, so there's no judgment, and the dance floor is wide open for everybody who just wants to turn up. But
Yes, you can have sex at our party, but we are not a sex party.
there's only one rule: no clothes, no cameras, no creeps. The theme this month is Splash, and the party is happening Friday, June 20th. The doors open at 10 p.m. For tickets, comment REVEAL, and I'll send you a link. Be sure to check out the Know Before You Go at the ticket link, and follow for more dope queer stories.
Do you know your HIV status? When you do, you can take control of your sexual health. HIV self-tests give you the power to decide when and where to test. You just swab and stick it in the tube. Test in the privacy of your own space. You can set a timer, sit back, and wait. In as little as 20 minutes, you'll know your results. No matter your test results, you have a community waiting to support you.
I love being able to test where I want.
I love that it's confidential and quick.
You gotta love free.
It makes me feel empowered.
When I show myself love, I show my community love.
It's important to know my status.
It's important to know your status.
It's cool to know, you know?
If we all get tested, we can stop HIV together. Learn more about HIV testing, including free HIV self-tests, at cdc.gov/HIV self-testing.
What up, though? I am Jay the Gentleman, and I host all the craziness that happens right here in the back room. As far as I know, we are the only queer-led podcast that has its own studio in Atlanta, and we party in the back room. We have a Kiki in the back room.
Get that gooch licked on or something. Like, figure it out. Like,
we have a cocktail in the back room.
Oh, that's really good.
That's what she said. And we grow in the back room. Every time y'all are here, every time you're here, you say something that I'm just like, that really happens? If you're in the Atlanta area, want to join us in the back room, visit dearblackgayman.com/tickets to see what live shows and events we have coming up right here in the back room.
We're live from the back room. This is not the back room, but we are live. I am Jay the Gentleman. Tonight's conversation ain't just about church. It's about healing, belonging, and rewriting the narrative on Black gay men's terms. You've already met our first guest, MrSinsored. Now help me welcome our second guest. He's a faith leader who was cussing when he walked in the door, who brings an old school Baptist flair to, that's very Baptist, come in cussing, brings an old school Baptist flair to his very Pentecostal worship. Please welcome Elder Diamond Washington. You got a mic? Okay, make sure you speak into the mic.
Okay.
Is it on?
It is on. It is recorded.
Okay. Diamond, how you doing?
I'm well. Now that I made it through the rain. And
You made it through the rain. Welcome to
well.
to not the back room. Thank you for making it through the rain.
I did. I worked today, so you know.
So now you are an elder in the church. We had a whole commentary about the church with MrSinsored before you got here. Now y'all got something big coming up, right?
Yes.
Yes.
We do have something big coming up.
Go ahead. Talk about it.
What?
Next week.
Oh, convocation. Oh, okay. Are you coming?
Absolutely not.
Why?
Absolutely.
Convocation's a good time.
It was back in my church days. It was.
Okay.
I left it there.
You left it there. How long ago was that?
Woo. I ain't been to church since it's probably like 2014, 13, 12.
That's not that bad.
Okay.
Okay, I mean, but that does segue into my first question, because I was excited about having this conversation because it's not often you get someone who is a content creator sitting next to someone who is a leader in church to talk about church. And clearly y'all have two very, very different perspectives on church and Christianity. Well, maybe, I don't know Christianity, but definitely religion. Religion, would you say that?
Well, no, not so much. I still believe. It's just I just don't believe in the church.
You don't believe in the church. Tell me why.
They push me away. Like church members believe that the only sin is homosexuality. And it just became too much for me. It was annoying. Like, I just couldn't deal with it anymore.
Okay. Now, Diamond, you a leader in the church. What you got to say to that?
I mean, I grew up in church, so, you know, I've always been like gay. I did gay girls in church and stuff, you know, to appease like my pastor and appease like my parents and stuff. But I grew up in church, so church is who I am. You know what I'm saying? So even I was so mature in it that even when pastors would preach about homosexuality, like I would agree with them. Like, yeah, go. Preach it, preach it, preach it. Because that's not how I identify.
Y'all were the problem for me.
Wait a minute. What you just say? You say you would encourage?
Yeah, I would encourage them because one thing about me, vision helped me learn myself, but I've always been comfortable with me.
But you are homosexual, though.
I am. But it doesn't matter what they said or what they thought. That's what they believed. What I believed was what I believed, and what they believed was what they believed. I went to church because I grew up in church. My parents went to church. Pastors have their own expectations of the Bible, and I have my own expectations of the Bible.
How did you parse through that? Like, if bishop, minister, preacher is up there saying the gays going to hell, how did you develop anything different?
That's never bothered me.
I'm getting up and walking the hell out.
That's never bothered me.
But the irony is, Diamond, that is the sentiment of most of our listeners and me.
And that is the truth. When I speak about an experience, I'm only speaking about my experience. My family made me always very comfortable with me, and we were a family that was in church. So we're just coming to the church as a family. It doesn't matter what you say. My family is here, and they love me. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my perspective of growing up in church being gay or...
See, for me, I grew up in church as well. I was actually always on the choir and all of the things, all the church trips, all of the...
Kojic?
I dabbled in Kojic too, you know, in my later years.
Okay.
But... Yeah, dabbled. So I started off, of course, with my family or whatever. My mother kind of like strayed away from the church or whatever.
Okay.
But I took it upon myself in middle school to find a church, get back into it or whatever, like join the church. Like I was really deep into it. High school and college or whatever, I'm on the choirs, on gospel choirs. I'm, you know, on scholarship in college or whatever. So yeah, I'm always around like gospel or church or whatever.
Okay.
At a concert, we had Kim Burrell come sing.
Big Kim Burrell or Little Kim Burrell?
It was Big Kim. It was Big Kim. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and it just bothered me because she was one of those ones, one of the preachers or what, and I'm using that term lightly because I don't even think she was ordained or anything back then. But she just used that platform and that time to make everything about gays and homosexuality or whatever in the middle of a song. You know what I mean? Literally walking around the church or whatever, like, and like I said, when I said earlier, you're the problem, because it bothered me that some of my colleagues, or even some of the people that I probably done fucked, was right there and down the pew, you know, hey man, all this.
I ain't anymore. I like women.
Women's.
That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
one of those. I could never take that. Like if you know me, like I'm very
So
black
you
and
wanted
white.
someone to walk out with you?
Say again?
You wanted someone to walk
Oh
out?
no, I don't need anyone to walk out with me.
But would that have
I'm
helped?
going though.
Would that have?
Would that have helped though? Would you getting ready to walk out because of whatever you're hearing from the pulpit? Somebody walks out with you.
Yeah.
Would that have changed your experience?
Agreement.
I honestly wouldn't have cared either way, because like you said, it was your experience. That was my experience.
absolutely.
I didn't feel comfortable enduring that, and I need to leave. Like if anyone else wanted to feel the same way, that's completely on you.
Okay. So tonight I'm sitting down with clearly two gay men who one affirming faith leader and one a curator of community, and the other a curator of community. I think they both curate community. But both have separate experiences with faith-based communities. But I want to know, why should the girls, gays, and theys bother to seek community in spaces that often isolate them, Diamond?
I think you should do what you think is best for you. I think that church is fellowship, is community. I enjoy going there because I get fellowship and I get community, or a sense of community. I think sometimes we grow up in the spaces that don't agree with us or don't even understand us or don't understand the Bible about us and the concerns that we have or what we're going through. But I think that you really have to join the space that's best for you.
I agree.
So you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you went to that church. You had that one bad experience in that church with Kim Burrell.
Many
had
bad
you been to, or many bad experience, had you been to any other faith-based churches that may necessarily get on what you agree with?
Oh, I thought this was going the other way.
Like, have you been somewhere else that is not against homosexuals or don't preach against homosexuality?
By that time, honestly, it was like the last straw. Like,
Yeah.
I was just over it at the time.
Yeah.
I'm not the type of person to place myself amongst fake people, and there are a lot of fakeness in the church.
Yes.
So I just rather not.
You said fake, F-A-K-E, or faith, F-A-I-T-H?
F-A-K-E.
Got it.
Fake.
I'm just making sure I heard it right.
Put
that last comment back up there. Put that last comment back
those,
up.
Those people are people too.
Hold on. Will Sink says, I was a church musician. My experience was it was okay to be gay as long as you did not show it, not talking about it. Is that anybody else's experience?
Yeah.
Gay in the church is okay if you don't show it. Don't ask, don't tell. That's what you said. Go ahead, Trey.
There was a lot of don't ask, don't tell in my experience. My family was over the church.
Oh.
So
Over meaning like overseeing, over meaning like done with.
They ran it.
no, they ran it. They were
Okay,
the
got it.
owners. So I got to see a lot of things.
Behind the scenes. Yeah.
But you're preaching.
Mm-hmm.
Does the hypocrisy change the vibe of the church?
Yes.
Does it?
It distorts the message.
I mean, you can't
Okay.
ask me because obviously.
Okay. Does the hypocrisy change the vibe?
It can.
Okay. Did it change it for you?
It did not.
Why though? That's what I'm so curious about. Like, what had you so, I don't want to say addicted, but what had you in there so faithfully?
Because ultimately, growing up, the decision wasn't mine. I didn't have the decision or the choice to not go to a Sunday service or a Sunday evening service or a Sunday night or afternoon service. I didn't have that choice.
That was a lot of our experience.
And I get that.
But so now,
What made you a part of the cult? I'm sorry.
Because I've always known behind the scenes church.
Sorry.
If that makes sense.
Okay.
I've always known behind the scenes church. And so growing up, of course, it was like, oh, don't ask, don't tell, or, you know, you see such and such, or you see such and such. And that's just how I grew up, and I became accustomed to that. And even now in this age, I'm accustomed to that. Again, like, if y'all might see a pastor or something go out and have a drink or something and might feel some kind of way. I might see it and I'm like, oh, he's human. He has a right to have a drink. He can do that. There's nothing that changes.
But
that
he ain't up there on the Sunday morning talking about drunkards going to hell. In the same way that the dick sucking
Yes,
preachers are
because
up there
that's-
talking about gays
that-
going to hell.
Well, that's their theology. That's what they believe.
But why do you okay it?
I don't necessarily
Or 18.
okay it. I'm just really there. I don't have to get with everything the preacher says to enjoy a service.
Okay.
Because ultimately, I've been in church all my life, so there's like no sermon you can give me that I haven't heard.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't have to be there. I can go there and not pay attention to anything he said and enjoy the choir, enjoy everything else, but I have to be there to listen to that. Does
Okay.
that make sense?
I'll get to that in a second. Okay. We getting heavy. So let's play a game. Let's play a game. I don't know what game this is, but hit it. just want it to be vibey. Okay, this is how the game is called Sassy or Trashy. This is how Sassy or Trashy works. I'll list a series of situations and you'll tell me if you think it's sassy, meaning good, or trashy, meaning getting somebody else to do it. We have paddles. Trashy, sassy. And then for everybody in the audience and everybody online, let me know if you think it's sassy or trashy. You ready to play? Okay. Okay. All right. Hit it. Oh, what am I? Okay, this one says you need to go to church to be a Christian. Is that sassy or trashy? Both of y'all. Trashy is get somebody else to do it. I don't like it. Sassy is good. Trey. Trashy. 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 You have to go to church to be a Christian. Trashy. Okay.
I still consider myself a Christian.
I don't need to paddle. Okay. Trashy is all around. Okay, got it. Your next one says your pastor preaches that LGBTQ people are going to hell, but wants you to be a leader in the church.
I'm just leaving this here all night.
Okay, pastor preaches that LGBTQ people are going to hell, but wants you to be a leader in the church. Sassy or trashy? Trashy. Okay, we got trashy all the way around. Why do you say trashy though? Because this happens every day. I was the minister of music. Got put out when I was gay.
I think it's a choice. It is ultimately a choice. When someone is stuck in doing something the way that they are stuck in doing it, until they break that cycle, they're going to be stuck in doing it. That's just how it's going to be. Like, okay, I'll be a leader at your church. Is it a paid position? I really don't care if you're sitting over here talking about me. Is it paid? Am I getting a check? What we doing? Are we being a musician to get the check?
But that feels like you're saying, it feels like you're selling your morals.
But no, it's for some, yes. I don't necessarily do that. Like LGBT preaching again, I do think it's trashy for someone to preach against you and ask you to be a leader. But also being a leader in a space that may not affirm you may not be for the leader. It may be for the people that you are there to lead. And just because they don't agree with what happens in your bed does not mean they don't think you're able to lead a group of people.
Okay. One thing I don't want to happen is it feels like you were the only one going for the church in a room full of heathens. Because
I am you know what's up. Like, I just told you I'm coming to your space in July. I'm gonna be butt naked. Like,
no, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? But no,
Okay, what's the day? Trashy's all around, right? Yeah. Got it. What's
so
next?
coming to reveal is sinful?
No, not to me.
Okay, I didn't think so either because I don't think anything is wrong with nudity.
Not to me.
Okay, just checking.
We'll get into that in a second.
But that's to me, not to me.
We'll get into that in a second. Okay, what about dating a spiritual leader? Sassy or trashy? Dating a spiritual leader, sassy or trashy? It does not say church leader.
But a spiritual leader is a minister of music, right? A spiritual leader is a Sunday school teacher, right?
But it also could be a rabbi. It could be a Muslim who leads a Buddhist temple.
All of that is a no for me.
It could be any religion.
You could be a spiritual leader and not be in church.
I was a spiritual leader before. I was.
You are.
I was a spiritual leader.
Worshiping at Reveal.
In
Just
church.
do it differently.
I was.
Okay, dating a spiritual leader, sassy or trashy? You say trashy. You say trashy?
Yeah, I don't like to date people like. You can know God. You don't even have to go to church for me to date you. I would rather you not go to church.
You are an interesting being.
I know that's what I would rather you not. Okay. Honestly. Like that's not a requirement. If I'm dating you, that's not a requirement for me that you go to church.
Okay. So both of y'all say dating a spiritual leader is trashy. I say sassy. Sassy? Sassy anybody? Sassy? Chaotic says sassy because that hoe might be blessed and highly favored. That's what I'm talking about. I knew I had an amen corner somewhere. Sassy? Any other sassies? Nope. Okay, what's the next one? Feeling God's love while catching or throwing a back shot. Sassy or trashy? Sassy or trashy in the audience?
A back throwing a
Catching or throwing a back shot.
Who thought?
We have a great production team. Sassy or trashy? Do you feel God's love throwing a back shot?
Absolutely
What kind of
not.
back shot?
I don't.
What kind of back shot? It's all kind of back shots.
Y'all don't feel
It's all kind of back shot. What kind of back shot?
Jesus ain't in the room. Jesus is definitely in the
Everywhere.
room.
He's definitely in there.
Okay, I have that on my mouth a couple times.
Oh my God.
That count?
Oh my God. No.
In the prayer room, in the secret closet.
God, you was talking about earlier.
Fingers in your darkest hour.
Oh my God.
I like having
IG Green says on brand. This is why y'all going to hell laughing my ass off. Maybe I got a one-way ticket. Don D, I knew I had an amen corner somewhere in there. He said sassy. Sassy, that's actually a turn on. Y'all don't think so? Okay.
What in the hallelujah?
What in the hallelujah?
I don't even like to hear church music in the club. Like, it's just certain areas that I just don't want to take that. Like, when they be playing that, the clock,
It's something else in there.
It's somebody every time. I be in the dark room.
It's something else in there.
You brought the sunshine, come on.
Put that back up. What Don D said that first one? Don D said, he is in me. We thrown it back in the circle. His eye is on the sparrow.
The sparrow is your second hole.
Okay, I am going to hell for that one. Okay, what's the next one? Unlearning old teachings and realizing that you found faith outside the church walls. Sassy or trashy?
Sassy.
Come on, choir.
Now we getting into the choir. Talk about. Okay, what's the next one? The deacon's son has an OnlyFans. Sassy.
It depends.
He ain't taking the church.
It depends.
Is the content of value?
That's like, you would know better than we.
If it's good content.
Well, no, that's a colleague. I don't subscribe.
Ain't got nothing to do with me. That's
the
the
coworker.
deacon's son. Ain't got nothing to do with me. It's the content good.
Would you collab with like the deacon's son?
I feel like that would be. See, I like to make movies. That right there would be a good caption. So I would think about it. I would definitely consider it.
You would collab with like a church leader.
I would consider it. Who is the church leader? Like
Diamond's a church leader.
Is he?
I'm an interesting man. That's what you said.
I thought you was about to say you're an instrument of praise.
I am. You can praise me.
But you would collab with a church leader if such an opportunity arose.
It depends. It depends on who it is. You know, if we match and everything like that. Craig, hit me up. I'm sorry. It was a joke. I'm just playing. It was a joke.
That's why you taking me too fast. Nah, he would probably laugh at that. Craig has
Craig.
Craig has a really good spirit.
He probably would.
Y'all don't know who we talking about?
What did you say?
He probably would really like
No.
that. That would be funny.
No. Okay. Wilson says sassy. Okay, what's the next one? Is it another one? Okay, the pastor comes out the closet. Sassy or trashy?
It's something deeper there.
It's something deeper. The pastor comes out the closet. MrSinsored, sassy or trashy? Everybody, most of the people in the room said sassy. You said half and half. Why?
Yeah, because on this side, I'm like, okay, good for you. You finally, live your truth and everything like that. But this side, I really want to know, like, what brought you to the coming out, who you done slept with in the choir. I'm dissecting in a different way.
There are gay spiritual leaders who are above board, who ain't out here running through the church. There are people like that exist, that wait till they come out before they sow their wild oats.
You knowing them?
I know one.
Okay, one. Gotcha.
One.
One is a what?
One is enough. Is there one? That's what they say at the end of every church. Is there one? Will there be one? The doors of the church are open, among other things. Okay, what's the next one? The church demonizes gay people but promotes their HIV ministry.
Ooh. Wow. Wait.
Demonizes gay people but promotes their HIV ministry. Sassy, trashy. Everybody.
It's not a gay thing. HIV is not a gay thing. So,
Okay.
HIV is not a gay man's disease.
It's gay people.
HIV is not a gay man's disease. Got it. What else? But is it sassy or trashy though?
It's trashy for the demonization, but it's
You say it's both. You
it's
say
sassy
what?
because of the ministry. They have the ministry.
But how could they authentically reach people if they demonize anybody? That's my issue. Because if HIV is not a gay disease, but demonizing any person wouldn't make me be like, oh, let me go to the church and tell them all my business.
That's why I left. I started seeing too many flaws, too many fakeness, too many. Yeah.
I do agree that in the church there are just a whole bunch of puzzle pieces that don't seem to fit together for me. But
And a person like me going into choosing to walk into the church by myself, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm going into this door thinking this is the light, you know, and then I'm seeing so much humanness in everybody, like, you know, because that's what it is. Like everyone is human. It's not. That's why I say
because it is a room full of humans.
Yes, but remember that I'm human as well. Because y'all
Okay, I
ain't
see
never
what
got
you're
on that
saying.
pulpit and preach about gluttony. Is it not a sin? There are a lot
very
of
pointed because
sins,
you
but the only one that matters is homosexuality.
I don't know where you're going with that one, IG Green, but we're gonna come back to that. But is that the last one? Okay, the minister only acknowledges two genders, sassy or trashy. In a room full of gay men and several others.
I don't.
Minister only acknowledges two genders.
That's still a sensitive subject. I'm not going to comment.
Talking to Mike. You keep holding it. That's why I keep
Right.
going to you, Fred. You keep holding the mic. Go ahead.
It's trashy because it goes back to those old learning.
Okay.
So knowing gender is very fluid, they should be acceptable for who they are and where they are.
Okay.
So only acknowledging two genders when it's suspected.
But do I have to acknowledge your gender expression to accept you?
Not accepting my gender expression
is disrespectful.
Is disrespectful, right? You can't respect without acknowledging.
Okay. I mean, I know there's more than two genders. It's not me, Trey.
I mean, I'm just saying.
You giving me the eye like we about to fight? I don't.
I'm just saying. It goes back to those old things.
I don't fight. I'm legitimately a pushover. I just look big in clothes. and people tell me I look big out of clothes too. So there's that. Is that the last one? All right, that was Sassy or Trashy. Woo!
Karen, I've seen you out of clothes. You look great. He looks great.
I don't know where that one was going, but okay. After the break, we discuss if you can show up authentically as a black gay man in church. But during the break, let me know in the comments: were you able to find an accepting church, or did you go to a different route? This is Church Girls Explained, and we will be right back.
Yeah, it's a church fan.
Can I get a cocktail?
We ain't never had a conversation this good.
Right, and it's over nothing. Like, why?
Nothing was off limits.
What do you look for? Top thing, first thing. You scrolling on the app and you like, how has HIV?
Then it got a little petty.
Work the same way that the negative hole works. But I said,
Celebrating National Black HIV/AIDS Awareness Day. It's the HIV Talk on Dear Black Gay Men podcast.
Find out what you're into. Jamie, LGBTQ plus dating.
What up, though? I am Jay the Gentleman, and I host all the craziness that happens right here in the back room. As far as I know, we are the only queer-led podcast that has its own studio in Atlanta. We party in the back room. We have a Kiki in the back room.
get that gooch licked on or something. Like, figure it out. Like,
We have a cocktail in the back room.
That's really good.
That's what she said. And we grow in the back room.
Every time y'all are here, every time you're here, you say something that I'm just like, that really happens?
If you're in the Atlanta area and want to join us in the back room, visit dearblackgaymen.com/tickets to see what live shows and events we have coming up right here in the back room.
We're live from the back room. Woo! I am Jay, the gentleman. Before the break, I asked if you were able to find an accepting faith community, or did you go a different route? What are the comments saying?
None to answer that question.
Okay, what are the comments saying otherwise?
Hold on.
That was a good game. Church folks be some freaks. Agreed?
The biggest.
I go to church.
I do agree. I got this mask on so I can say it. I fingered my... I fingered my pastor's daughter on the way to church while he and the missus was in the front. Me, her, and her two brothers was in the back. I was in the far, they had an Escalade, so I was in the far back seat with her, you know. And then when we got to church.
What did that do for you?
When we got to church, my little evil ass went up to the brother and was like, smell this.
So you stuck your hand up, but all I could see was Celia and color purple, like until you do right by me, everything you do gonna come.
Yeah.
That's what I said, put that last comment up there, John.
It smelled like a spell. It was.
Okay, Wilson says, it's a part of human nature to seek community. Church was the first community I was introduced to. It made me feel included for a while. For a while, he said. He, she, or they says. I don't want to misgender anybody. Any other comments, John? Oh, Trey got some sexy lips. You about to be internet famous, Fred.
It's him stuck in them.
Daddy.
Follow him at Juke.
See?
Listen.
See? Okay.
You're rude.
Okay. All right. We've chewed on the meat and sipped a little tea. Again, I should have read this more closely. Okay, let's keep it cute and play another game. You ready?
All right, let's go.
I don't know if this one is. Hit it. Okay. Diamond and MrSinsored. This is how what you would do. What would you do? Goes. Here's how the game is played. I will present two bad options, and you have to choose one of those as something you would rather do. For everybody in the audience and the comments online, tap in it so we can play along. Y'all ready?
Let's go.
All right. What would you do? Would you rather sit through a 3-hour sermon where the pastor low-key preaches against gay people, or go to brunch and your family where they pretend your boyfriend is your roommate?
Yeah, my boyfriend is my roommate. We'll just go with that one because I'm not about to
You
sit
ain't
here
going through
and
those sermons. What about you, Diamond? Boyfriend is your roommate, or 3-hour sermon where he's preaching against your perspective?
That gets old. I'll take boyfriend, roommate.
Boyfriend is your roommate. What about what's your name?
3 hours is a
Yes, you,
time.
the one that's turning around. I know his name. What's your name?
That's a Kimberell sermon.
Sean.
Say again. Sean, what would you do? Sit through a 3-hour sermon where your pastor low-key preaches against gay people.
I'm going to eat.
Got it. Perfect.
With the church or?
I'm going to eat.
Perfect. Heard. Thank you for that. What's the next one? Okay, what would you do? Get shouted out by the choir director during a praise break as one of the girls, or have your ex from the church's men's ministry testify about his deliverance on Easter Sunday? Diamond, what would you do?
I probably would enjoy both.
I think both of them would be a chuckle.
Both of them would be dying. I'm going to take both.
I'm going to say the second one.
But the choir already know you one of the girls.
Because they're the girls.
Because they are definitely the girls. What would you do, Mr. Censored?
I would probably take the second one, have my ex from the church men's ministry testify about his deliverance. Yeah, because the first one putting up my business, and bitch, why you talking about me? You can do that. You can do that testimony without putting my
Fair.
name in it. Yeah.
Fair.
so-
My only issue with the second one is, are you delivered because of me?
Oh, I could care less. You're
Who
an
you
ex.
blaming this on?
Like, where did this deliverance come
you're-
from?
you're an
You
ex.
not gay no more. You like women.
You're
It's a
an
key.
ex, not
Both
an
are
ex.
key.
I don't care. I
Both
don't
are
care.
key for me. I'm going to laugh at both.
Okay, we roommates because they ain't met my hoes yet. That's what Chaotic says. Keep going. What's the next one? Here the Bible says every time you mention your partner, or have the pastor use your testimony as an example without asking you first.
Is my name in the testimony?
Yes.
Because I'm not the only one that go. Oh, you say yes? Oh no.
So here the option one, here the Bible says every time you mention your partner, or have the pastor use your testimony as an example. What would you do, Mr. Censored?
I would say I would choose the first one because I already been there and done that. That's basically what I heard when I came out to my mama, and she said the Bible says, and I said, well, baby, look, if I'm going to hell, I'm gonna be right there with you because that man in that room ain't my daddy, and y'all ain't married. Again, we only think about the homosexuality, but yeah. So I'm gonna go with the first. I'm sorry, you know I gotta hit him with a punch.
Well, what would you do? Right? What would you rather do, Diamond?
You know, I
Here
would
the
take-
Bible says every time you mention your partner.
I would
or-
take one. I would take option one.
Why?
Because you shouldn't. I don't know if I want certain parts of my testimony to be told.
Fair. I don't think I want any part of my testimony.
If you're gonna do it, you
Let
know,
me
like,
tell it.
I spoke with Diamond and he said da 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 da, and this is what happened. Then yeah.
But you know, a lot of pastors and preachers do that messy shit,
But
and
it
you
depends.
and
Some of them
put it on
very
a
well.
on a dais and sweat a little bit, and they think it's okay. What you say? Tell me your name one more time.
Key.
I'm T.
Hey T, what would you do?
I'm gonna do the second one because I'm gonna need to have a come to Jesus moment with you,
With who?
the pastor.
So you want him to tell it so you can come back and.
I need to because I need to have that conversation.
You.
Let me know what Sunday that is, because that just sounds like it's gonna be. a
That sounds
show.
like I want to see it.
Baby, they gonna tear that.
I
church
definitely
up.
want to see that.
You said what? Oh, right, because that's the one. That's the one.
Okay, what's the next one? Join a church that fully affirms LGBTQ plus people, but plays trap gospel on Sundays. Or go back to your home church that feels like tradition but doesn't see you as a whole person. Diamond, I'll start with you. And to spice it up, let's say they got a grass wall with a neon sign and they got hookah in the back. At the church.
I might come.
The crazy you know versus the crazy you don't.
That's a family thing, so I'm okay with that. I could do that.
What about you, Mr. Censored? First one, join a church
I know
that
hookah.
that affirms you and plays trap gospel on Sundays, or go back to your home church.
Listen, Sexy is gonna be on the pulpit one of these days.
Yes. Don D said trap church. Trap church.
Trap church.
You got to stand up. I can't see your face. Stand up. Hey.
Definitely trap gospel, and I feel like a lot of churches already kind of do that right now. So I'm already for that.
I don't know if they do it well though. Do you think?
They try to do it.
They
try
trap.
to bridge
They
the gap.
trap ain't trappy enough.
Yeah, they try to, but that's what.
Fair. It's just so interesting to me. So brunch always is so interesting to me because people will be so prayed up on Sunday morning and get trashed Sunday afternoon. I feel like that's balance.
That is balance.
Wow. Like I need to
I
get
mean, you are so
sloshed,
vulnerable, and just open. And after a hot service, you know what? I need a drink. It's like going to work and you can have a rough day, like a hard day. You're like, I just need a cocktail.
And church
God
is
really
the rough
met us-
part.
God met us today. Woo.
After a
I
3 hour
need a drink.
sermon.
Church is the rough part.
It's
After a 3-hour sermon that preaches that you are, that you're going to hell, yeah, basically.
Okay, what's the next one? Oh, that was what would you do? What?
What would you do?
This. Oh, here we go. Okay, what can faith leaders do to build trust with the black gay culture? Diamond, I'll start with you.
What faith leaders can do to build trust, I think it's allow them to be themselves. Really allow them to be themselves.
But I just hear a lot of faith leaders saying that's exactly what I do. Love the sinner, hate the sin.
No, that's a little different. That's like telling somebody, I love you, I support you, but I won't come to your wedding if you get married.
That's a lot
type stuff.
Don't you? Have you heard that?
Happens every day.
It does, but I believe like if you are a true faith leader,
I feel like I was supposed to say type shit right there.
A true faith leader allows you to lead in love. And whatever that looks like for them, it should be open to all people. My personal own theology is that everybody deserves Jesus. Personally, that's my theology. Like, everybody deserves him. Everybody gets a glimpse of him. Whatever you identify as, whatever you want to be, whatever you say you are, everybody deserves Jesus.
But see, my problem is the leaders that I'm speaking of, they say that, but then again, just shun.
But
it.
It's some dissonance between that, Diamond. Like
those are those leaders. Not every leader is gonna like tell you the truth, and then sometimes it can be like some underhand stuff. I've been in my ministry 18 years, and
that's a long period of time.
That's a long time, and granted, I didn't originally come from that, but when you get into a space where a leader actually allows you to be your all authentic self, and sometimes it takes you to learn how to be your whole authentic self in front of the leader that's now trying to accept you.
Or
because at some point you felt some unacceptance, and now you have somebody that's here to say, okay, I can rock with you, I got you. It takes you a long time to be okay with your full self. So I think we can build trust when you have a faith leader that accepts you, but builds the trust of acceptance in you. Like, that's a trust thing. Like, you got to build trust. If a leader say, hey, I accept you for fully you, and you've heard that from other leaders before, you got to give that leader an opportunity to see, like, okay, let me see if he really like
I've tried one
mess with me. You know what I'm saying?
Always show me the opposite. Like, you say that you accept me, you love me or whatever, but the moment that I show you that feminine side of me or that, you know, whatever, like, it's a problem.
And we've all had faith.
And the next Sunday, I got to hear that shit.
Yeah. But I think it's also that you also have to be cognizant of the room and what's in the room. And the church is a business, so you got to be cognizant of what's in the room and what I can say and what I can't say. Maybe because I need... Lord. But maybe because I have to say this because there are people in the room that's going to really give this money this Sunday. So it really don't be sometimes.
That is so terrible.
No, sometimes it really don't be about you. It be about the people in the room.
Okay. Fair.
Do you hear what I'm saying? Like, it's not.
I hear that church is a business. I hear that that we and the leadership are mindful of the people in the room. So then why would any of us, the girls, go to church? If your loyalty is to the business, pastor, your loyalty is to, you know, the trustees and the people that don't like us, then how do we find our space in there? Because I think that's what you're saying. I done tried and tried and tried. They don't like me. I don't really care for them. So
I think that comes with finding a ministry that works for you, and you may have to go through a bunch of ministries. If you're into dating and trying to find someone to be with, you may go through a bunch of frogs until you find the right one.
But Diamond, hold on, pause right there.
But
But that assumes that my intention is to find a church. I think a lot of us feel this way is I don't need that shit.
Absolutely.
And so in my head, the church has the responsibility of getting to the people. The people don't have the responsibility of getting to the church.
I think it's on both parts. It's really.
I don't.
I think it's on both parts. If sometimes it won't always come. It won't always come to you. It could be like literally a Sunday. You may say, you know what? I'm gonna get up and go to church today. We just gonna.
But Diamond, that
try
puts
it
the
out.
responsibility back on him.
Not necessarily. I think it's the responsibility. I think it's the responsibility of both parties. I think both parties have to play a game in any relationship, and that is a relationship just like it would be a relationship with your partner or your spouse or whatever. Any relationship needs nurturing, and any relationship you got to give and take.
I agree, but here's my problem with relationships. I'm not about to sit here and give you 2, 3, 4 years of my life just for you to show me at the end that you're that person, right? I'm also not about to just continue to date or whatever. That's just me. I'm just not about to continue to do that when everything is like ending that same way. You know what I mean? So in the same terms, when it comes to church,
But like, how do you know if you don't take risks?
I've taken those risks. Is what I'm saying.
But see, that's the problem, Diamond.
But how long?
But people have grown up in the church.
I was about to say, I grew up in the church.
That was the risk.
Started Pentecostal, went UMC, went Baptist, went Kojic. Like I done went through
Pentecostal Kojic people over here. I grew up Baptist.
I done went through them. You know what I mean? So it's not even about the denomination or whatever. Like, of course, every church is different, every leader is different, and everything like that. But for the main part of my Christian life or my church going life, whatever, it's been, I don't know, maybe I saw it more when I was actually an adult and actually was gay because, you know, as a child, I'm really not I don't know about anyone else and which I was doing or whatever, but I wasn't, you know, out here like that.
Absolutely.
I was a late bloomer. So when I actually started to engage in sexual activities and I guess consider myself gay or whatever, like I felt like at that point, the target was just always on that. So yeah,
That's
again.
what any space you went to, it was just always that target.
Not any space. My UMC church was probably the best experience that I've ever had. And again, that was the church that brought me into it, made me love them. I joined it and all that and all the things. But it was when I moved on as an adult or whatever and was on the gospel choirs and everything, and I'm now in this Kojic lifestyle. Kojic is messy.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Let me interject here because I really am listening to y'all. I'm engaged in this conversation, but Chaotic One is very thirsty in the chat, and he's talking about why everybody in the back room fine. So y'all all fine. Jay, if you don't stop talking and walk through the building, MTV crib style, and introduce everybody's fine selves, it's my eyes mighty parched, Trey. That's the one who was flirting about your lips.
Moving right along.
Okay.
They want an introduction.
They want me to walk the room and do what?
He
said that it was a reveal.
Say that.
A few free tickets that we're giving away today, so maybe we could do a walkthrough and do a give. Maybe we'll do one giveaway right now.
Okay. What do you want me to do?
Let's
Ask what? What question? Okay, what would you like to see from faith leaders? I'm supposed to ask that.
I don't participate and I'm not part of the church. And
Why?
A big part of that is we talked a little bit about like finding relationships and hounding on that. With dating, you're talking about one person's characteristics. With church and community, it's a collective group of people and it's inconsistent. And that's why I don't participate with like religion and Christianity.
Okay. Are you totally sworn off? Like you're not open to it at all?
I would say I'm more spiritual, but I'm still on my journey figuring that out. But I'm definitely not declared like a Christian.
Okay, so when you say you're not into church, it's the institution of the building that you're saying. You're not saying I don't like Jesus, it's I don't like this institution.
A little bit of both.
Okay. Thank you for adding that to the chat. Yes, thank you. I think that deserves a clap. Somebody clap for that. Okay. What am I asking? What do they think faith leaders could do to reach people?
I think it's already been said, but they should allow people to be themselves. Like, you can't expect people to want to show up to a place where they can't show up.
Your hair is cute. Shout out to you. What's your name? Bethany. What are your pronouns?
She.
What? Okay. So when you say, but do you think that faith leaders are, but I think faith leaders are saying that people can be themselves in church. You don't think so?
It depends on the church, and I think that's why you should only go to places that are aligned with how you want to be seen. So if you go to a place and you feel like you can't show up as yourself, I don't think you should continue to go there. But if you go somewhere and they say show up as yourself and you feel like you can and you feel comfortable there, you should continue to do that.
But I think that the sticking point for me is it feels like we're saying that if I'm looking for a church, then find a place that you fit in. But there are a lot of people who just ain't looking for a church. They are on a totally different path. Does the church have a responsibility to try to reach those people too?
I think that's most churches' theology is that they're supposed to go out and get people. But, I mean, a lot of people are going to find God if they think they're going to find God on their own. God will find them, and however that looks like, they'll end up in a building or at the right place. So I also think the church doesn't have to force it, especially if someone has said, these are my experiences, and because of these experiences, I don't want to continue to seek. I think you also have to respect that.
Okay. Okay. Shout out to you. Thank you, Bethany. Thank you. Is that it? Okay, let's take a break. We'll be right back. Chaotic one wants to know all of y'all names.
I've been in the gym so I could do two things. It's one, thirst trap on the internet, and look good for my man when I find one. And that's why I'm excited that support for Dear Black Gay Men comes from Twillery. Black men, whether you're in the gym, like me, or blessed with good genetics, like me, carry our weight in a couple key spots that can make suits and slacks hard to fit and uncomfortable to wear without either having to size up or break the bank in tailoring. But Twillery answers the fit problem with their performance fabrics. It's the right fit for the tailored look and just enough stretch for comfort and breathability. I'm wearing right now the solid performance polo that hugs my chest and arms while tapering just enough at the waist to show off the good parts. Twillery carries suiting, polos, button-ups, and everything to impress at the job or knock someone's socks off on a date. And you can shop for the perfect fit right now at Twillery.com, and we've got a special offer for the DBGM family. Take $18 off your first order by using code M300J. That's Twillery.com, and we thank them for supporting our channel.
What up, though? I am Jay the Gentleman, and I host all the craziness that happens right here in the back room. As far as I know, we are the only queer-led podcast that has its own studio in Atlanta, and we party in the back room. We have a Kiki in the back room.
Get that gooch licked on or something. Like, figure it out. Like,
we have a cocktail in the back room.
Oh, that's really good.
That's what she said. And we grow in the back room.
Every time y'all are here, every time you're here, you say something that I'm just like, that really happens?
If you're in the Atlanta area, you want to join us in the back room, visit dearblackgayman.com/tickets to see what live shows and events we have coming up right here in the back room.
And we're back right here live on Dear Black Gay Men podcast. Woo! We've talked all hour with a content creator and an elder in the church. So many of us feel like we have to turn off parts of our life, whether we're turning off our worldly side to go to church or turning off our churchy side to turn up. But how do we pull all these parts together and live one black gay experience? MrSinsored, he hosts the new club night where black, gay, and queer men can show up as their most honest self for the vibes. Church should be the exact same thing, a place where you can bring all of yourself. If you can't show up there, the problem is that church, not the black church, not religion, not Jesus, that church and those people. That building, those people are the problem. So dear black gay men, be yourself. your tribe, and everything will be all right. That was our show. I would like to thank MrSinsored and Diamond for stopping by Dear Black Gay Men and hanging out with us.
Thank you, thank you.
If you would like to connect with them, links to their socials are in the description. I also want to thank each of you in the audience. Woo! Oh, and those streaming online. I'm looking forward to sitting in this chair and kicking with y'all every week. Just one more show next week. I will see you next time. Bye.